head over to another reporter of ours, Manqoba Mchunu, also out and about for us. Earlier, Manqoba, hello, you were near Pretoria, or you were in Pretoria. Let's go over to you and see what you're seeing at the moment. From where I am, I'm seeing police standing around. What's the situation where you are?
Well, certainly, Gareth. In fact, we're seeing quite a number of police officers arriving here at Church Square. And this is one of the areas where some of the protesters are expected to gather this morning, of course, as they're going to be part of that national shutdown. We have seen quite a number of them arriving this morning as well here at Church Square. Quite a number of members, seemingly EFF members that are wearing EFF regalia. They're here, of course, are still gathering at this particular point. But I must say, Gareth, that we are seeing quite a number of police here on the ground, the police that are here on foot, some of them in vehicles, and we know that they've been placed in many of the strategic areas here in Pretoria just to safeguard and to ensure that there's no lawlessness here in this particular protest. But as far as disruptions are concerned, Gareth, we haven't seen many disruptions here this morning. We're seeing the buses that are operating this morning, the taxis are also operating this morning. Of course, you recall, Gareth, that we heard from Santaco saying that they're not going to be part of this particular protest. We're told, Gareth, that many of the taxis are operating, but however, there are some problems, we're told, when it comes to some of the townships where we understand that several roads have been blockaded, more especially in Outridgeville, where we're told that some of the taxis are not able to make their way here to town. But it does seem as if many of the people here this morning have gone to work. In fact, from what we're seeing, just driving around here in Pretoria, we saw quite a number of people, commuting in taxis as well as buses, and it does seem as if many of the people are going to work at this particular stage. But of course, that's still very early to tell how this will all unfold. But I've got here Carl Niehaus, who's here as part of the leaders that are here in this march today. Carl, let's just get your view here. Of course, you're one of the leaders that are here this morning. What can we expect today? Of course, there are concerns as far as violence is concerned and lawlessness as far as this protest is concerned.
Well, violence and lawlessness is not the narrative of today. The right to protest, legal protest and peaceful protest is. That's why we are here. And we've taken the call from the economic freedom fighters who initiated this national shutdown. And we are saying we stand that President Ramaphosa and his government must go, that electricity must be returned to our people who they should receive and they're entitled to, and which is at this stage only artificially withheld by the maladministration and deliberate maladministration of the Ramaphosa government. Let me also comment on the issue that you said that you see many people going to work. The reality is that the streets are empty. It is quiet. The majority of people have heeded the national shutdown. This shutdown is a huge success throughout the length and the breadth of this country. And the singular message that we are delivering to Ramaphosa and to this failed ANC government is your time is over, you must go, the people are speaking. The people are speaking through this national shutdown, and the people will continue to speak also through rolling mass action from hence on. We are not going to stop until Ramaphosa and his failed government are gone. We need to liberate our country. We need to save our country. And this national shutdown is a demonstration of unity amongst all the progressive forces of the left. You know, it's not just the EFF, it's also the UDM, the ATM, the Pan-Africanist Congress, also ARETA. All of us are jointly together here. And that unity amongst the people in this country is what will bring liberation and return us to the original ideals for the liberation struggle that so many comrades, such as Comrade Chris Hani, Comrade Harry Gwala, and many others have laid their lives down for.
Of course, the big concern right now is around the issue of safety and whether those that want to go to work will be protected. Is this going to be a safe protest?
It will be safe for them, and I don't understand why you as eNCA and the other mainstream media continue to push this narrative of safety. The real narrative is the narrative about freedom. No one has ever said that we threaten the safety of any South African. Every one of us have said that we are committed to free and peaceful protest. We are committed to a national shutdown that will be within the law. And that is the message you should convey, rather than trying to continue to repeat this old, hackneyed, tired narrative of violence as if you want to talk violence into this protest where it is not. There have been many protests and many shutdowns in this country, which has been peaceful. Why would this one not be peaceful? The real violent people here is the government, who have threatened us with armored vehicles, who have threatened us with all their different assault rifles, with large numbers of police that have been called up. But I understand that they are scared. But I also understand that many of the police and many of the defense force are with us. They do not agree with this call-up. They do not agree with this kind of intimidation. And I want to warn this government, if they use brutal force against the people, as if the people are the enemy, we in Areta and all the other progressive forces will fight back within the parameters of the law at everything and all the means that we have. We will not hesitate to take them to court inside this country, and we will not hesitate to take them to court internationally.
So
Also
are you going to be
ICC.
marching to the union buildings? Are you going to be handing over a memorandum, just quickly?
Well, that is up to the organizers who led this march to lead us, and that is the economic freedom fighters. We acknowledge their leading role, while all of us are part of this process.
Thank you very much for speaking to us. Carl Niels from the African Radical Economic Transform Alliance, just speaking to us here ahead of the national shutdown that is expected, of course, saying that they unhappy about the deployment that we're seeing here, and saying that this is not about the safety, but rather the message that they want President Ramaphosa to step down.
All right, Manqoba Mchunu, thank you very much indeed. As you can see, we are scattered around the country at the moment. That on the ground for us out in Pretoria at the moment.